Hello, 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 and UFC. I lost my train of thought for a split second. We are here for UFC 252. It's happening this Saturday. Our prediction videos, I believe it's in Las Vegas. We have a championship on the line. In fact, for the baddest man on the planet, the card is stacked, and I'm looking forward to it. Hope you check it out, but let's go ahead and get into these predictions. We're going to do the main card here only. Let's go ahead and get into it. First up, I am choosing, now this is the rematch between, I'm choosing Magomed Ankalaev to beat Ian Cutelaba. Now this is the rematch. They fought a couple of months ago with one of the worst ref stoppages we've ever seen. Magomed, I think I called him Magomed, my bad. Magomed actually landed a couple of, they were going back and forth, no filling out period. Magomed landed some good shots. Ian started to play possum. Clearly playing possum, even in real time. I could see that he was playing possum. Well, he fooled the ref, and the ref decided to stop the fight. And he was like, so, bad stoppage. We're seeing the rematch here. I believe I chose Magomed in the first place. I'm actually not too sure. Someone go back to the videos and let me know, and like and subscribe if you haven't. You know, it's really funny. Just real quick, I started doing videos years ago, and I would just do my videos and up my consistency, and the views would grow. And then I got off for a while and got back on, and I've upped my consistency, and the views are going down. And it's because, you know, you have to do all these little extra things to make your stuff more visible and promotion, and I have to say I've dropped the ball on that. So I'm going to do a better job of that. So even the fact that I do still every once in a while get new subscribers and likes and all of that, I do appreciate that. All the support and all the help that I can get, so thank you. Now, moving on, I'm choosing Merab Dvalishvili to beat John Thompson. The next one we're going to break down a bit. We have JDS, Junior Dos Santos, taking on Jairzinho Rozenstruik. They're really even as far as their measurements. They're like the same height, same length, around the same weight, so very close in size. Rozenstruik is a bit younger, but of course JDS is actually only about, I believe he's 34 years old, but in fight years a bit older. They're both stand-up fighters, although JDS does have that black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that he never uses. Rozenstruik, I do believe, is going to be a bit faster with his footwork, with his body movement. I also think he's going to be a little bit overzealous. Something just tells me that he's going to be really anxious to get his next win after losing to Francis Ngannou the way he did so quickly after talking all that smack. Plus, something also tells me that he's going to take JDS as kind of like the old wounded lion. They both have fought a high level of competition. I would say JDS has more diversity in his entire game because of the ground game that he never uses. So if I'm Rozenstruik, I would use that speed, I would fire behind that jab, and I would use my footwork to make my openings. Traditional boxers, you know what I'm talking about, use your footwork to create openings, to draw you into the draw JDS into your power the way that Cody Garbrandt does. He's actually really good at doing that. Oh, mom, tongue tied. So use your footwork to draw him into your power, fight behind that jab, and just be real smart. Don't get overzealous, don't get out of character, don't get drawn into a battle. JDS, even though you're 34 years old, this is the heavyweight division where people mature later, around 35. You're real old in fight years, but I think now's the time to finally mix it up. Sometimes you use your wrestling when you have to, but you don't use your jiu-jitsu. Maybe now's that time. You still got a few more years here in this heavyweight division where I think you will be actually able to compete for a belt, but the division is actually getting more talent rich. It's not the old heavyweight division. Everyone's going to expect you to stand, do enough stand-up to hide some takedowns, and actively do some grappling. Actively go for some takedowns, ground and pound, try to submit. Make that a part of your actual offense. You have it, you just don't use it. Dust off that toolbox, open up the grappling section, and pull it out, man. Pull those tools out. I think you need to mix it up. You're coming off of 2 losses. You have far more to lose than Rozenstruik. Yeah, I think he's actually only lost 1 fight. So he's younger. He's the fresh guy. He's got more opportunities coming. You need to win, JDS. I'm gonna pick you. But I need to see the weigh-ins, how you both look. I need to see what y'all have been doing during this quarantine since your last fights. But as of now, I am gonna go with JDS. Now, co-main event, I'm choosing Sugar Sean O'Malley to beat Marlon Vera. Now, I know normally I break down the co-main event, but I wanted to break down the JDS fight instead. And Sugar O'Malley, I can't speak today. Sugar O'Malley. He is a rising star. He needs to use his length. He's got about a 2-3 inch reach advantage on the hands and the feet over Marlon Vera. They both like to fight standing up, although Marlon's more likely to take it to the ground. Sean, use that length. Don't get overzealous, which you don't. You actually keep a cool head other than talking all that smack outside the octagon, which I love. Rising star. Want to see you continue to shine, so I'm picking O'Malley. Now, main event, and we're seeing the UFC heavyweight champion, Mr. Stipe Miocic, take on, this is the rematch, the rubber match against the former UFC heavyweight champion and former light heavyweight champion, Mr. DC Daniel Cormier. Now, again, this is the rubber match. First match, DC got a KO in the first round. Second fight, Stipe was able to make the adjustments in the fourth and get the KO in the fourth. And both KOs, DC, I love you. When you get knocked out, it's hilarious. You have to go back and watch the KO of DC in that second fight. Just the way he looks. He's like, and he like slithers down. Anyway, let's move on. It's hilarious. Let's move on. Okay, so this is the third match. This is going to be about adjustments made during the fight. This is going to be about the intangibles, how everybody's been training since the last fight, which was in August. So this is a year later here. Both men have been off for a year. I know that DC has some minor injury issues during training. I don't know about Stipe. Someone let me know if Stipe's had some physical issues during training, because again, I think this is going to be about the intangibles here. It's going to be about that game plan, and in your corner, do they make the adjustments? Do you listen to them and they tell you? So the intangibles here. DC, I do believe, like you said, you're not going to try to knock him out, because you were winning that last fight until Stipe made those adjustments in that third round, started to get the momentum, went back to the corner. You did not make those adjustments between, came back in the fourth, did the same thing and got knocked out, right? So adjustments, looking for those things that maybe you don't see, and paying attention to your corner when they give you those suggestions, because you have to trust them. So game plan is going to be a big deal in this fight. So DC, we know you're going to take him down. We know you don't want to stand with him. So this is going to be about disguising your takedowns. You're not going to be able to just rush in, even though you're the best at that. You have enough boxing. You have one-punch knockout power. Choose your moments to get inside of that range, because Stipe has like an 8-inch reach advantage on the hands and the feet. You're going to have to get inside that range, do your dirty boxing, grab his head, find those moments, feel his movement, feel him get off balance, and then take him down that way. You're going to have to disguise your takedown, come at him from several angles, one leg, two-legged. You already know. You know what I'm talking about. Honestly, you are the best in the heavyweight at that. So you're going to have to disguise your takedowns and hit him with different things from different angles. Protect yourself. Tight defense. He's going to go after your body, dude. He's going to go after your body often and early. He's also going to try to tear apart your lead leg, because his kicks are underrated. He hasn't had to use them, but he has them. He's going to use them. He's going to try to tear apart your lead leg and go after your cardio by tearing apart your body. So you need to keep them elbows down and tight. And don't get overzealous, obviously. Protect yourself. When you get down, play your game. Ground and pound. You do have submissions. If you do actually feel it, go for it. But sometimes you sacrifice position for submission. So sometimes it's just better to ground and pound and get that round, right? So, Stipe, tear apart that lead leg. Go after that body. You got underrated kicks. Use them kicks. What I think you're best at in the heavyweight division is body control. You are 6'5", 200 and some odd pounds, but you move like a 205er. You have very little fat, very little excess weight. You are truly a big man, and you move like you were born to be in that body. You move like a smaller man. That's what you have over the other heavyweights. Your body control. You have power going off your back foot, moving backwards. You can generate power in short spaces. Your twerk you get in your hips and stuff in the pocket. You got some of the best body control. You got the best body control. Use it. Deceptively fast hands. He's obviously going to take you down. You know that. I hope you've been practicing getting back up, because I do think he will get you down at some point. So let's not accept bad positioning, whether it be up against the cage or on the ground. If he does pop back up, just stand back up. Don't accept bad positioning. Fight behind that jab. Use your kicks as jabs as well. Make your opening and fight for a later finish. tear apart that body. A later finish, I think, was what I would work towards. Unless, of course, you see an opportunity early. Take the opportunity early. That's for both men. So, who's going to win the fight? It's really close. Again, it's the intangibles here. Who makes the adjustments? How you've been training? What'd you eat the night before? Did you get a good night's sleep? So it's going to be the intangibles here. I'm going to pick DC because I want him to win. Stipe, I know he's been going through ups and downs with the company, but it just doesn't feel like he enjoys being champion. I prefer to watch someone who enjoys being champion. And that's not to say he doesn't enjoy the opportunities it's afforded him and his family. He talks about working hard for opportunities for him and his family, how this has opened the doors for him in other arenas for him to make money. But as far as just simply reveling in being champion, whether it's being the best, you ain't gotta love the UFC. Mighty Mouse, him and the UFC didn't have a good relationship his entire title run, but he loved being the best and proving people wrong. Tyron Woodley, same thing. He loved the opportunities it afforded him, being in movies, putting out bad rap music. He don't care, you know his name. He loved being the best, proving Dana White wrong. So there was still joy that you could see that they got from being champion. And with Stipe, I just don't feel that. I feel that he's happy doing everything else but this. I think he's thankful for the opportunities that he's worked for, that it's provided for him and his family, the money he can make, and all of that. I think he appreciates that, loves all of that. I just don't think that he truly enjoys being champion. And so that's just my take on it. Some people do things because they're good at it, not because it was their passion, right? Right. So let me know your picks, any injury updates. Let me know about any other events that might be happening this weekend. And sorry about this being a little bit long and kind of crazy and I couldn't talk and all of that. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Snapchat. And I will do my part to try to make these videos more visible. And please subscribe and like. Talk to me. Take care. And goodbye. Turn it off right.